Coming up on Mountain News at 6, the November election is quickly approaching. We'll hear from one Eastern Kentucky County clerk about what you need to know about the ballot. And we continue to hear from folks with Kentucky ties talk about their experience dealing with Hurricane Milton.
And we had a beautiful start to the weekend, but how long will the nice weather last? Details in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
The 2024 general election ballot in Kentucky is headlined, of course, by the presidential race, but there are some other decisions voters will make that can make a big impact. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox has a look at the ballot.
There are several races beyond federal and state government positions here in Knox County.
We have 3 county school board elections, 2 city school board elections. We also have a race for Soil Conservation District Supervisor.
Also on the Knox County ballot is the choice to allow or not allow cannabis to be sold.
Knox County Fiscal Court chose to put the question to Knox County voters. If people vote yes, then medical cannabis operations would take place here in Knox County.
On each ballot throughout the state, however, will be 2 amendments.
Anytime a constitutional change is taking place, it has to be put on the ballot.
Amendment 1 asks if you are in favor of not allowing undocumented citizens to vote.
You have to be a citizen to vote in Kentucky. I just think this puts some language in the Constitution to shore that up.
Amendment 2 asks that the General Assembly can provide financial support to education outside public schools.
If Amendment 2 is voted yes, then public money that's given to our public schools would go to charter schools.
You have until the end of the day on October 22nd to request an absentee ballot. Mike Corey says there's already been a large turnout from those ballots. In Knox County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Early in-person voting will begin in Kentucky on October 31st and continue on November 1st and 2nd. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Now, let's take a closer look at that Amendment 1. That amendment deals with allowing only U.S. citizens to vote, and supporters say the ballot question simply seeks to clarify confusion in what is already in the state constitution. Lawmakers in favor of Amendment 1 say they want to make sure only U.S. citizens are casting ballots, but one former state representative says it's simply not necessary, claiming people who vote in Kentucky are those who are eligible to vote.
You know, we probably should use some different language. Certainly we know that minors cannot vote. You've got to be 18 to vote in Kentucky. Again, I just think that language is probably inappropriate today.
The ballot will include a description of people who cannot vote, including the description, quote, idiots and insane people. A group opposed to the amendment will host a news conference and rally Monday in Frankfort. One person is dead after a fire at a mobile home in Rowan County. Crews were called to a home on Christie Creek Road this morning. Once state police arrived at the scene, firefighters told them they found a body inside the home after they had put out the fire. The Rowan County coroner pronounced 62-year-old Stanley Irwin dead at the scene. The coroner says Irwin's wife and another family member were in the home when the fire happened but escaped without injuries. A Somerset man is in jail after he failed to stop when police tried to pull him over. The incident happened last night. It started when police noticed someone driving an SUV on Murphy Avenue in the Ferguson area. After the driver, Colton Randolph, failed to stop, he nearly hit several vehicles. The chase ended in Clinton County, where the SUV hit another vehicle. Randolph was treated before deputies found meth. He was then taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. Also in Pulaski County, a Somerset woman is facing charges after police noticed a vehicle parked in a no parking area of a boat ramp parking lot. Earlier this week, a deputy noticed the woman, who appeared to be passed out. After speaking to Jessica McKee, police noticed an odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle. During a vehicle search, police found a baggie containing suspected meth and a glass pipe. McKee was taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. In Harlan County, 12 people are behind bars following a drug roundup. Members of the sheriff's office, as well as a couple of police departments, collaborated to make the arrests in the Wallens and Clover Fork communities yesterday. All of the people arrested were charged with trafficking in a controlled substance. For the names of those arrested, you can go to this story at WYMT.com. The sheriff's office says more arrests are pending. A Corbin man is behind bars after 911 responded to a call about a domestic situation in Laurel County. Deputies were called to a home on American Greeting Card Road on Wednesday, approximately 10 miles from London. When deputies arrived at the scene, they determined Jason Fultz had gotten into a verbal argument with a woman that turned physical. Fultz was charged with assault and was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. In Rowan County, a volunteer firefighter is facing arson charges. Crews went to a fire in the 3,000 block of Open Fork Road in Moorhead last night. State police say a caller told investigators Edward Stevens messaged them and asked them to report the fire. Stevens reportedly said it would look suspicious for him to report the fire since he had reported other fires previously. He was arrested and taken to the Rowan County Detention Center.
Welcome to a beautiful start to the weekend. We had temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and if you've liked the past few days, for the most part, you're going to like this weekend. This is a scene right now in Pikeville. We're seeing plenty of sunshine out there. This is courtesy of the Pikeville Medical Center, and temperatures right now, there you go. 60s and 70s. 60s from Prestonsburg and points eastward. From Jackson and points west, we're seeing temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Right now, Manchester is the warm spot at 74 degrees. Live pinpoint Doppler radar showing a clean sweep across the area. And in terms of cloud cover, we're not seeing anything either. In terms of that, all is quiet from top to bottom across eastern Kentucky. In the next 12 hours, keeps temperatures in the mid-60s by the 7 o'clock hour, mid-50s as we go throughout the early part of the overnight hours. So if you have any plans overnight, clear skies will be the rule. Just take a light jacket or a sweater with you. Not bad at all. In the upper 40s by 7 a.m., which is where we'll be at when you wake up in the morning. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, some places even into the low 30s. Now, we have a lot of things going on this weekend and a cool down starting on Monday. Details on that in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thanks. We continue to hear from fellow Kentuckians who were in Florida as Hurricane Milton made landfall. Earlier this week, one family from Berea had to seek shelter at a church in Okeechobee Wednesday night to ride out the storm. Lori Brandenburg and her 9-year-old son Miles set out on a fall break fishing trip last week where Brandenburg's mother and stepfather live. Brandenburg says she had no idea Hurricane Milton was heading toward Florida until she went to Walmart for groceries.
I turned around to the guy behind me and I said, "Is there something I'm missing?" And he's like, "You haven't heard?" And I said, "I'm not from here. I haven't heard anything." And he said, "Another hurricane is coming."
Brandenburg says approximately 30 people of all ages were in the shelter. There were games for the kids and everyone tried to stay calm. She says they will be looking to head back to Kentucky tomorrow. Our parent company, Gray Media, is teaming up with the Salvation Army again for hurricane relief efforts. You can make a financial donation by going to floridastormrelief.org. Just scan the QR code on your screen and you'll be directed to the right website to donate to the Salvation Army. 2 hikers were rescued from the Red River Gorge overnight. Leaders with the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team say they were called above Copperas Creek at approximately 8 o'clock last night. The hikers were lost for about 4 hours before calling for help. Search and rescue teams were able to ping the hikers' phones and find their location. The team completed the rescue just after midnight.
All right, here's a sneak peek of the weekend. We'll see plenty of sunshine for Saturday. Sunday, plenty of sunshine, but maybe a rain chance in the evening and overnight hours. And I hope you enjoy the weekend because there's a change coming, and I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.